The eye of the heart. In a land of shimmering silk and heavy gold, Pala found his heart weighed down by the fleeting nature of wealth. He stood before his brother Chikkhupala, trading his ornate robes for the simple, sun-faded saffron of a seeker. The eyes of the body see only the surface, Pala said, his voice steady. I seek the eyes that can perceive the eternal truth. Chikkhupala reached out, his face etched with worry, unable to understand why anyone would trade a palace for a path of dust and silence. At the Jetavana monastery, the air was heavy with the fragrance of blooming lotus and the rhythmic hum of ancient chants. Pala knelt before the Buddha, whose presence felt like a vast, unshakable mountain of peace. He asked for a meditation that would lead him beyond the relentless cycle of suffering. The Buddha's gaze was like a calm lake, reflecting not Pala's outward form, but his inner potential. Watch the mind, Pala, the master whispered, for the mind is the forerunner of all things. Seeking the depths of his own spirit, Pala retreated to a forest grove with a small group of monks, including the observant Tissa. There, Pala made a vow that chilled the hearts of his peers. For the 3 months of the rainy season, he would never lie down. He would sit, stand, or walk, but sleep would only be sought in a seated posture. Tissa watched him from the shadows of the trees, his eyes wide, with a mixture of awe and fear for his friend's grueling resolve. As the first month passed, a sharp, white-hot pain began to pulse behind Pala's eyes. The very light of the sun felt like needles piercing his skull. Sina, a physician known for his vast knowledge of herbs, was called to the grove. Sina leaned in close, his fingers trembling slightly as he examined the angry swelling. The balance of your vision is breaking, Sina warned, his brow furrowed in deep concern. I have a potent oil that can save you, but you must lie flat for it to work. Pala shook his head slowly, his face fixed in a mask of quiet, stubborn peace. I have made a vow to the Dhamma, Sina. I cannot break my posture for the sake of the flesh. Sina held the vial aloft, his voice rising in desperation. The Dhamma does not demand your sight. If you do not lie down, the medicine will simply wash away. You will go blind, monk. Is your pride worth a lifetime of darkness? Pala only offered a thin, pained smile, refusing to yield. As the weeks bled into one another, the physical world dissolved into a featureless gray mist. Pala sat at the center of a storm of agony, his every nerve screaming for the relief of a pillow. He realized that his attachment to his sight was the final anchor holding him to the shore of the self. He stopped fighting the encroaching shadows and instead looked deeper into the dark, seeking the light that required no physical eyes to see. In the quietest hour of the night, the last thread of Pala's physical vision snapped. Total darkness rushed in like a freezing tide. But in that same moment of loss, a brilliant internal sun erupted within his mind. The walls of I and mine crumbled into dust. He saw the intricate, glowing web of karma and the perfect stillness of nirvana. He was Cakkhupala now, the one whose spiritual eyes were wide open, even as the world went dark. When the rainy season finally broke, Chikkhupala traveled to the forest to bring his brother home. When he saw Pala's unblinking, clouded eyes, he collapsed in grief, clutching at the hem of Pala's robes. You have lost everything to this path, he sobbed. But Pala placed a steady, gentle hand on his brother's trembling head. His touch was lighter than a falling leaf. No, brother, Pala replied softly. I have finally stopped losing things. Back at the monastery, Cakkhupala walked mindfully along the stone path after a torrential downpour. Unknowingly, his feet crushed insects that had crawled onto the stones to escape the puddles. Tisa watched from a distance, his heart sinking as he saw the trail of broken life behind the blind monk. He felt a sharp pang of confusion, wondering how a man so enlightened could cause such unintended destruction. The Buddha gathered the community beneath the sprawling shade of the Bodhi tree. He gestured toward Cakkhupala, who sat in a state of perfect, radiant stillness. "Do not judge by the surface," the Buddha declared. Cakkhupala has no intent to harm. His mind is free from the taints of the world. Just as the wheel follows the hoof of the ox, suffering follows an evil thought. But for one whose mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.